What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute, but we are back, man. Welcome to another episode of Top Control. Got another wonderful card coming up April 9th that we're going to talk about. But Larry, man, we got a special guest in the building with us.
For sure.
Special guest, I should say.
Yeah, man, my friend, one of my favorite training partners now, Debin. Man, I'm glad you're here, brother.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I've been trying to get you in here for like, since George.
Since the first fight.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I can never get this dude here, but I'm glad I got you. And like, and I'm enjoying you being in town and training and striking and all that.
Yeah, man. Train the striking and train the ground game.
Yeah. Starting to wrestle now. You bow your head now, look, you starting to wrestle.
That's for sure. That's for sure, man. So tell us about yourself, brother.
So, I'm born in Brazil, grew up there, and then I went to Suriname to start I went to study, but then in Brazil I used to fight a lot on the street, and then I always wanted to fight, but then I went to Kung Fu, Karate, but none of them I could punch someone in the face. Then when I saw the MMA, I said, hey, that's what I want, I can punch, I can kick. So I started the kickboxing first, and right now I'm moving to the MMA.
And how has that transition been from kickboxing to MMA? Smooth transitions for you?
Nah, not smooth.
Yeah.
Just got the choke in my last fight.
So how many tell us about your kickboxing career, like before you transitioned to MMA. Tell them all about your fight history. Like tell them how many fights you had in kickboxing, where you fought at, and how you ended up over here in America doing the MMA scene.
So I started at 15 with kickboxing. Did a lot of fighting in Canada and French Guiana and the Netherlands, Europe. So we went a lot of countries just for the kickboxing. And the kickboxing went slow down a little bit with the COVID too. So I wanted a challenge in my life. So then they got the opportunity to do. I started with jiu-jitsu, and then I was like, man, I need to go into the MMA because MMA is growing right now.
Yeah.
And then Chris came to Suriname for a jiu-jitsu class, and then we talked with him and said, hey, as soon as you get your visa, come down to America, can get some fights.
Yeah. That sounds like something you'll say.
Yeah, so just like he said, I got the visa, I came, I fought in December, my first MMA fight, won first round KO, and then went back to home, and now I'm back for some fights again.
That's what's up.
So what's the furthest you went in your kickboxing? Like what's the furthest place you traveled to? Well, not should I say the furthest place outside of America? What's the furthest place outside of the country have you fought? All the kickboxing fights were in Suriname.
No. My first fight was already in Trinidad.
In Trinidad. Okay.
And then after that, I got the rematch because the first one was draw. I got the rematch, and I won the rematch. After that, when a lot of the Caribbeans, IRENE, and then the furthest one was in the Netherlands, in Europe.
Okay.
I fought there.
So how did you end up running into those, like getting those fights set up? How did you get the offers? Like how did they know?
Yeah, my trainer, we went to a camp in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
And then got the fight there.
Okay, you got the context there. Cool, man.
Because Suriname is the colony of the Netherlands, so they are very linked with each other.
So do you need a visa to go?
You still need a visa, but they always coming back. So
back and forth.
Always trainers from Netherlands come down to Suriname. People from Suriname go to Netherlands. So it's always a transition, always a contact.
Yeah.
The kickboxing style from Suriname is the Dutch style.
Gotcha. Well, man, we wonderful, man. I'm glad that you joined us, man. We got a wonderful card that we got coming up in April, and we love for you to stick around and help us pick some of these fights, man. Yeah.
But what else I wanted to ask you? How you jiu-jitsu coming along since you been here? Like how you feel like that's coming along? How you feel like what makes you that's not really the question I wanted to ask. Just how you feel like your progress is now.
I'm getting comfortable.
More comfortable.
So first time I came, and some heavy dudes have half month, I was like, shit, man.
Yeah.
How can I get off this?
Yeah.
Well, right now, I know the steps. I still need to think a little bit. It's not like in kickboxing and fighting. I don't think. I see, I do.
Yeah,
I see the open there, I do.
Yeah.
But I still have to think a little bit. But it's getting the automatic. So try. Still don't have to think, just do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting that part right now.
What about the wrestling?
Yeah, the wrestling too.
Wrestling
Yeah,
too.
I recognize the things right now, so getting better.
Okay, cool.
Do you have anything coming up as far as fights coming up in the future?
Yes, I have already one shot. It's 26
Okay.
March.
March 26th.
March 26.
Okay.
And that fight is in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. BFC, I think. So Bayou Fighting Championships, March 26th. Debin gonna be in action at 155. 155.
Nice. Well, we'll make sure we have to check them out, man.
Anything else you want to tell your fans in Brazil, your fans in Suriname before we move into this fight card?
No, just thank you for the power and move on.
Yeah, onward and upward, man. Hey, I hope you well, I'm gonna make sure you win your next fight.
For sure.
So-
God will.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. How is it working with this dude? Because I know he likes to play around a lot. So how is he in the gym?
The gym is cool. We laugh a lot,
Yeah.
but we train hard.
Yeah,
So
get your work
work
done.
hard, play hard.
Yeah.
That's how you should do.
Yeah, that's always been him.
Yeah, man, like we can't even be friends. Like we can't even be friends. Like we can joke out here though, but when it's time to train though,
Yeah,
I'm
time
saying
to
that train. So
For sure.
if you're not like one of those kind of guys, I don't want to be on the go with you. Like I'll go with you, but you won't be one I'm like, oh, I want to train with this guy. Oh, come help me do this. Like that. Like I like to be around those guys.
And
So I push guys around me to be like that. Like I'm controlling the environment in the room.
Yeah.
Cause not to be a dick or nothing about it, but I want my teammates to be good. I don't want to have lazy teammates, cause I'm not lazy. So boom, I'm working. I want everybody who's in my camp and at my gym working just as hard as I am, if not harder than I am.
And that brings me to this question: what have you seen in him that makes you know like that he's gonna be special?
Right. So like you said, he already had kickboxing.
Yeah.
So when he came, no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu at all. I'm talking about like, so it's 100% kickboxing.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
So his kickboxing was real sharp. His movement was nice. He catch your timing fast. He just do things on another level that I know that's separate from an amateur fighter. So I'm like, okay, I understand his striking is on another level and he understands what's going on. So let me wrestle him and see how he okay, boom, that's just, you know what I'm saying? So, but he came here to learn how to wrestle.
Of course, yeah.
So he's on our organization now. So he's been grappling every day. Anytime me and him train on Monday and Wednesday, I'm making him wrestle. I'm making him grapple. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, just that. And he's a smaller fighter than I am.
Yeah.
And his movement, his timing is what made me know that he was on another level. His timing is on another level.
That's what's up.
So I feel like if he just work on his takedown defense, like you don't have to be a good grappler like all these other fighters because you're a kickboxer. Stay sharp, focus on your shit, but takedown defense and just getting back up to my feet, that's all you need to focus on. Then I get back to my hands. So, and that's not even hard to do. That's just repetition, takedown defense. So it'll be easy for him to transition to win. He's just got to keep pushing on. He's learning and he's doing good. He's handling the pressure well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely somebody I want to be around.
Yeah, and you always need that type of energy in the gym.
Yeah, and he bring energy to the gym that I
Yeah.
like. He's like rejuvenate me too. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it get boring and dull. You meet people who come in and out the gym, and some people just rejuvenate you.
Yeah.
You want them to do well too.
Yeah.
So it's like we both helping each other. Like my kickboxing not the greatest, so I pick up little tips and things like that from him sometimes. He hold mitts for me sometimes, and I hold mitts for him.
Yeah.
And like I answer any questions he have about grappling, but I'm also taking tips and learning from him as we sparring with each other.
Yeah.
And timing sparring.
And I think that's another beauty about what you guys do as far as MMA. Not even just, you're not just training with people that's from Louisiana. You're
Right.
Internationally, that's helping and improving y'all's game as a whole. And I think that's cool.
Oh yeah, man, that's like the best part about it.
Yeah.
The best part I like about it. I get to see all these other styles, even though I'm not able to go country to country like he's able to. But anytime they stop through, I try to spend time. If I see they have talent, I spend time with them. Like I go out of my way to spend the time with them.
Yeah, that's good shit. All right, we're ready to get into some fights.
Is it UFC 273?
It is 273, correct?
Yep. UFC 273, man. Let's talk about some fights.
All right, start with
So look, this is the Volkanovski card, right?
Yes, yeah. This was the card I think Max Holloway was supposed to be in, but got hurt or got
They
sick or
say
something.
They say he on the backup.
Okay.
He on the backup for this card.
Okay.
And Volkanovski trying to say that he trying to play scared and all this, which I don't think at all.
No.
Don't disrespect Max like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got the Korean Zombie stepping in on the fight.
We started with the Sudanese guy.
Huh?
Look,
Look, I told
He's
you,
already
he's trying to skip. I'm trying to glance over. We gonna get to Justin.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna start with the prelims and then work our way up to the main event.
So Volkanovski, man.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have waited on Max, but he was like, "Well, Max out, Zombie up next."
Mm.
Zombie fought okay, we get to that. We starting with Jairzinho Rosenstruck and Tabir.
All right.
So,
So
Yeah.
they call him Suriname.
Yeah. So tell us about training. Have you trained with Jairzinho or you just been around?
Been around, trained
Okay.
1-2 times, not that much.
Just in the same room with
So in
him?
the same room, yeah.
gotcha.
Because he's a heavyweight, so.
Yeah, that's
And I used to be 125 that time, so.
Oh yeah, it wasn't on purpose to go. Yeah, okay. So Jairzinho Rosenstruck, he did he come off a win?
No, he's coming off a loss against Curtis Blaze, but it was by decision.
Coming off the Curtis Blaze loss, he been having some close bouts, but ever since he ran into that Francis loss, but I feel like this a good fight for him to bounce back in.
Mm-hmm.
Tabir's a tough dude though. He fought. He stopped the Greg Hardy hype train.
Yeah.
So before that though, Greg Hardy was stepping on everybody.
Yeah.
Tabir stopped Greg Hardy, went on a 2-fight win streak, get some good guys. So now he got this fight. So if Jairzinho wins, he can get the respect back because of the guys that Tabir beat.
Mm-hmm.
If Tabir wins, that'll bump him up to fighting top 5 competition, in my opinion.
So who do you have and why?
I'm picking Rosenstruck because my man from Suriname, and Rosenstruck do have great kickboxing, and it's way better than Tabir's. Okay, but Tabir wrestles.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a traditional grappler versus striker type going on. But he mixes it up good with his hands too.
Mm-hmm.
But sharp kickboxing.
And
hard, hit hard.
Yeah.
Jairzinho hit hard.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting fight, but I think Biggie Boy he's gonna get it done, and it'll be good to see him back within that top competition too. Like you said, I think this will be a big win for him due to who all Tabir has fought, and I also agree to the fact that after that Francis knockout, it just hasn't been the same, but he's getting back up to where he needs to be.
He's a little gun shy after getting KO'd like that.
And
letting those fights slide away from him. But I feel like he'd be more comfortable because this guy would be a little easier to hit.
Yeah.
Because his movement not as well as like GARRY or who the guy he just fought last that moves well. Oh, Curtis Blaze.
That's right.
Curtis Blaze moves well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this guy would be a little easier to hit, but he wrestles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Got to get up on your feet, Rosenstruck.
Mm-hmm. Have to respect him, but no one go out of nothing and call Cigano from a fight to the fight.
Yeah, I remember him calling him out. Like, that was a ballsy move though, but I kind of, I knew what the outcome would be though.
All right, so we're moving on.
We're moving on to
this is a fight that you said this is a sleeper fight that not many people are thinking about. So talk to us
sleeper
about
fight, the Chris Curtis fight versus PLESSIS. Chris Curtis fought for all the organizations. He fought for PFL. He fought for the UFC. He fought for who else he fought? Let me see. Go down. Let's go down. Slow it up. Keep swelling.
Yeah, so
PFL. He fought on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
Then when he entered in, he beat Phil Hawes. Knocked Phil Hawes out hype train. Phil Hawes real good, upcoming prospect at 185. Then I ain't didn't talk about this fight, but we love Brendan Allen down here. He takes another fight, short notice, fights Brendan Allen, stops Brendan Allen. This dude, a sneaky good 185er. They calling him a journeyman, but he got all the skills and techniques to beat anybody, any one of these top 10 185ers. No disrespect to PLESSIS though, but I'm going with Chris Curtis to win this fight.
Now you saying this is a sleeper fight because it's two great fighters, or you really people are sleeping on Chris Curtis as a whole? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, this guy right here though, this guy stopped shoving drives with punches, and that's hard to do. And that's when he dropped down to 170, I think, or right before he dropped to 170 from 85. But shoving drives no joke. These like tough fighters, but I feel like Chris Curtis fought the tougher fighters.
Yeah.
So he's like younger and upcoming, and Chris Curtis, like, not that he's old or whatever like that, though, but he got way more experience.
Yeah.
So it's a good fight. I think it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah. All right. We talked about
the Ian Garry fight. We gotta talk about Ian Garry at 170 because they got hype behind. Well, I don't want to disrespect nobody. But they saying
they say the takeover part 2.
Yeah, the takeover part 2. But yeah, man.
This is the guy McGregor's been in a couple of his fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nowhere near Conor to me.
Though. Yeah, for sure.
He's not cleaner than Conor. He's like, but we gotta talk about him because he got because they pushing him anyway. Mm-hmm. So he's fighting this guy DARIAN Weeks. Mm-hmm. So we was just in Missouri a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He come out of that gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we was just at his gym. So I'm like, okay, well, this would be cool to talk about. We visited his gym, but he's fighting Ian Garry. Mm-hmm. And supposed to be a fun bout, so we'll see how they both don't have a lot of fights. I think Ian has 8 fights. This guy has 6 fights, so it'll be like it's a good matchup.
I trained with Ian too at St. Paul.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
nice.
Long, who's his distance good. I told you.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a fun fight.
Nice.
About how tall? Like 6 foot.
Like him, like a little bit like him.
Oh okay.
Yeah, 6 foot.
Pull up the height. Nah, this is 6'7".
6'7".
Yeah. 6'3". Oh, okay. Yeah, long. Yeah, you real long.
And he used his reach good, so
it's
gonna be fun.
So I get what you're saying though. That's still tall. It's all the same to you.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's a lot of good
sneaky good fights
on this
man,
card.
look, the card loaded.
Yeah, it is.
There is no bad fight.
Nah. You want to move on to ASPEN lad and
IRENE ALDANA and ASPEN lad. Okay, ASPEN lad. ASPEN lad is savage. I feel like she can come back, turn around and win these fights. She lost a decision versus Norma Dumont. Dumont is a dog. Okay, then she lost to DRICUS. To me, that was a bad KO. I feel like kind of too early of a fight for her, in my opinion. But yeah, she's still young. She vicious. I feel like I'm picking ASPEN to win this fight over IRENE.
Okay. Let's see, IRENE. Oh, that fight got canceled against Ranger Anime. She's fought Holly.
She fought Holly Holm. Yeah, she lost. She lost to Holly Holm, Raquel Pennington, that type of competition. So I feel like ASPEN fought a little tougher competition. Not much tougher, but a little tougher.
Yeah.
Well, I can't even say that. It's like what and what. Well, I can't say this. The UFC do a good job in matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been like that for a while now.
But I'm thinking it's
in
like
particular, these cards have been,
sure.
The matchmaking has been pretty on point. All right, you ready to get into it, bro?
Oh yeah. So look, you been watching it on YouTube, like they documenting.
Yeah.
I've been tuning into that. I'm entertained like a motherfucker. So since I watched it, I go to the gym every day and fuck with him about. I mean,
it's all good.
Man, I go to the gym and mess with him about wrestling every day.
Yeah.
Every day, and I be like, man, we wrestling now.
Yeah.
So we do the same thing back and forth,
bro.
Like smash everybody.
This fight. There's so much hype behind this fight, and there's so much interest behind this fight because I think this is Khamzat. We talk about Khamzat Chimaev and Gilbert Burns.
Yeah,
this is the first true test for him,
right?
And so much hype, well deserved too, because he's been doing what he's been having to do. But I think
big test for him.
Yeah, big test for him. So let's talk about that.
Why you put the emphasis on the big test?
not not because only of Gilbert, but I just read the winner may go for the belt. So both it's go all or nothing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, man.
So Chimaev. So look,
and I like Buddy too.
I like him.
I like Buddy.
He rubbing off on me. At first, I ain't like him.
He talk cash money.
Yeah, but like now he rubbing off on me because he believe what he talking. Like me watching him.
Yeah.
And I'm still being. You gotta respect people. Again, I'm a student. I may not like certain people, like Kobe Covington, but you gotta respect.
For sure.
Respect this game. So I respect this game. So when I started watching him, I like him. He rubbing off on me because really what got me on him is I'm a big Darren Till fan.
Yeah.
And so when Darren went, made me watch him. So now I gotta watch him. Oh, he not that bad. I kind of like him. Yeah. He rubbing off on me like acquired taste. Like he playing, but he serious about what he said.
Right. He killer smash everybody.
Yeah.
Killer smash everybody. But I mean, Gilbert
he rubbing
Burns,
off on me. Gilbert Burns is one of my favorite already. Though. I'm a grappler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I gotta hold it down for the grapplers.
Yeah.
That's why I'm picking Gilbert to win. But it's gonna be such a tough fight. It's gonna be such a good fight because that's why I was going with the Hamzat thing. So even though he don't have as much experience as Gilbert does, because Gilbert fought way better competition, fought world class champions,
no doubt,
and proven himself to be top 5. Okay, which is Hamzat hasn't, but he doesn't know what losing is. So in his mind, I'm the best in the world.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to stop somebody with that much confidence. It's like a boulder going downhill. Yeah. So like in his mind, he might not be better than Gilbert, but in his mind, he's only know one way now. So but Gilbert either's gonna meet him with force or like be the more experienced fighter and use my IQ. Okay. Yeah. But Gilbert is a banger, so now Gilbert he can bang with him, but then that'll play into what Hamzat wants you to do. Yeah. So
that's a good fight, man.
It's gonna be a good fight.
So my question to y'all is, Gilbert's already fought Usman, right? So say he beats Hamzat Chimaev, where does Gilbert Burns go from there?
Really, Gilbert Burns don't have to fight Hamzat.
Yeah, that's true.
Gilbert Burns can fight anybody in the top 10 he want to. He's not even ranked like that.
Right, no, you're right.
But if he beats Hamzat Chimaev, he takes Hamzat all his momentum, all his things. So now there is no more Hamzat. It's me now. Yeah, it's Gilbert again.
So would he get another shot at?
I would
think. Okay.
I can drop down to 55. I'm a 55.
Okay.
I'll drop down to 55 and fight the number 1 contender.
There you go. Yeah, I can see.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't try to fight Usman again.
Yeah.
But because you know what I mean. We trained together. You beat me once. Okay, boom. You was my friend. Supposedly my friend already. Yeah. So I don't do this fight. I do the 155. Or I stay at 170 though, and let me fight Kobe. Okay. And let me get that money off Kobe.
And see, that was going to be my thing for Chimaev. If Chimaev beats Gilbert Burns, he doesn't go straight to Kamaru, right? He has to fight Kobe.
You can't pass Kobe.
Yeah, you got to fight Kobe.
Well, it don't matter what you going to do. You can't skip over Kobe no more.
Yeah,
he's back to number 1 contender.
That's facts. And where does Leon Edwards play in all of this too?
Leon Edwards fighting for the belt already.
Oh yeah, that's right. They already kind of set that in stone. That's right.
So he just be cool. He gonna fight for the belt. Yeah. Don't be like who that was just mess up the belt we was talking about earlier. 155. Islam. Don't be like Islam.
Yeah.
And he offered himself up at 170
and then
backed out like
RDA.
Yeah, and then fight RDA. That was like that's your time to fight somebody legit. Yeah. And you raise your hand for it. I'm like, okay, well we gonna sign you up for the same salary. You like, no, I want more money.
So who y'all got and why?
Which fight?
The Gilbert Burns fight.
Oh, okay. I told you I'm picking Gilbert because I'm grappling.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a hard fight. It's gonna be a hard fight.
It's gonna be a tough fight. My heart wants Chimaev to win just because I want to see him fight Kobe or I want to see him fight Kamaru.
But you don't know if you're ready though until you see this fight.
Exactly. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Gilbert Burns on that fight as well.
On this fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with
Gilbert Burns. What you wanna know if what if he was
like I'm saying, my heart wants Chimaev to win, but my mind is telling me Gilbert. I think experience is gonna take control and Gilbert Burns will get it done.
gonna be why you like. It's hard to break people's whole mind is so strong. Like, he don't know what losing is.
Right. It's like, you know, when Conor got into the game, you couldn't tell him nothing, bro.
It's hard to like. It's not even that kind of. It's not even that he had like a lot of tools that he was using. Not saying he didn't have a lot of tools in the toolbox, but he didn't display a lot of tools when he fought. So it's like he beating you with these same tools, hands down. Eat one to get one. It's like it's just so hard to beat him because he don't know what losing is.
Yeah, exactly.
He on his momentum train. Just like not Islam, he turned up now because he got so much momentum on his side. So like even when they was talking about him fighting Bobby Green and all that, and they was talking about him wrestling, he was like, well, what Bobby Green wrestling? He like dismissed it.
I know.
No,
And then he,
no, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, and we also got Kelvin Gastelum on this card.
Oh yeah, we talking about Kelvin Gastelum. We get some glance over there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name. Imavov?
I don't know. But now we got
Nasruddin Imavov.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna do better.
we got MACKENZIE DERN and TECIA Torres.
Okay.
I think that's a good fight.
I'm on MACKENZIE DERN. Another grappler I gotta go with it. Not just because she's a grappler though. She might be a little bigger than TECIA, and she's super strong when she get her hands on you. And she throws big overhands to hurt you because she's not scared to go to the ground.
Yeah. So you think you said MACKENZIE gonna take care of business on that one?
For sure. Well, not for sure, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But she's coming off a big win too. She fought Angela Hill in a close, but it was real close. A real close fight.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm gonna go with MACKENZIE DERN too.
Yeah, I just don't think it was enough to beat MACKENZIE DERN though.
All right.
Good fight though. Not sleeping on TECIA. TECIA got good combos. She's fast.
Yeah. Well,
fast hands, hard kicks, a lot of movement. MACKENZIE DERN gonna have to catch her. You know what I'm saying? She can't just go straight forward because she has a lot of good lateral movement.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all respect when you're talking about these fights. And now
I like everybody on the court.
Yeah. Now I say that to say this co-main event. It's hard for me to sit there and say, you know, that Aljamain can get it done against PLESSIS. So let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it. So,
bantamweight Aljamain Sterling. Man, last time we saw it though, Aljamain was getting pieced up. He was getting pieced up, and he had a lot of time off to when he had his surgery. So I feel like since he been in there with him, he might have felt it and like just wasn't prepared the first time because he was like deep in that fight. Now I feel like he could have prepared more and be ready for more of a PDN type fight because he's seen it now. So he got more. He'll be more prepared. I hope so. Or PDN just got his number. It's gonna be a repeat. Of what happened the last time.
And I mean,
because Aljamain lead with the kicks first to set up his hands. And PDN just fast with his kicks and his hands, and he just goes forward.
Yeah, he let him go too. So
and it's Muay Thai. He get out of the way of kicks fast. So it's hard to lead with those kicks when when his Muay Thai is so good.
Yeah, we were talking about that Corey Sandhagen fight, and you just saw that, you know, he was just faster. His movement was foot-planted. So Peter Yan, I think if Aljamain hasn't learned from the previous fight, it's gonna be a long night, respectfully. Who you got? Why?
Man, Peter Yan for sure. Man.
Peter Yan for sure. Why you say for sure?
I saw his training. His striking is much better. So as end the first fight, he beat Sterling up till the knee happened. And I think Peter Yan's another level right now. So there is no loss for him.
Cool. I don't know, man.
I thought Khamzat and Burns was the main event, but this card is
It's stacked. And here's the thing that we were talking about before we started the show. We looked at, you know, Aljamain's past fights, and he's been fighting some killers. You know, he ended up fighting Corey Sandhagen and finished him in the first round. Fought Pedro Munoz, beat him by decision, beat Jimmy Rivera. You know what I mean? So the competition is there, but like you were saying, I just think Peter Yan is on another level.
Look, I mean, like you were saying about what fight that was, about the Hamza fight. So look, in my heart, I want Aljamain Sterling to win.
Yeah, but you just gotta.
I want Aljamain to win in my heart, and I think he can win.
It's a fight.
It's a fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. Matter of fact, look, I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm going Aljamain. Let's go. Let's go, champ.
All right.
So when the fight card come out, I'm gonna make my picks. I'm gonna pick Aljamain for sure. But look, if you bet money, I'll pick Peter.
I was about to say.
Yeah. If you bet money, pick Peter Yan. I'm gonna pick Aljamain Sterling. But if you bet money, pick Peter Yan.
The past 2 fight nights, nothing hit Larry. Now, the one I didn't bet, I think it was who was on that card, and you was perfect, and I didn't.
Yeah.
But the ones after that, we've been slipping, bro.
Man, like before, 4 cards straight before you hit me up. Then the one I finally got to you, then that's the start getting fugazi. I'm like, this shit been hitting me. But I've been doing good on my fight picks lately. I know we been saying we're gonna start there, but now they got the in Louisiana they got the sports betting now, so we got to do it more now.
Yeah.
We'll start doing our fight picks. What we do kind of do that already, but I kind of like make a fight bet. Like, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think you're saying it right. Like
betting picks. The picks I would use a lot of bet.
The money line.
Yeah, the lines.
Yeah.
So I do picks like that.
All right, man. Yeah, ready.
Hoping to like I don't really bet a lot, but maybe y'all can get some money off the street of me. Send your boy something.
Hey, I be trying with him. Some of the fights that I don't know, like maybe in the prelims, I usually hit up Larry and see what he think about it. And usually he's on point. So featherweight championship main event.
Man, like I'm not that excited about
because I wanted it to be Max.
Because
I wanted it to be Max.
I was more excited about the Hamza fight and the Peter Yan fight and all of that.
Yeah.
Then I get to this, I'm like, Volkanovski and the
Korean Zombie. Well, I'll start off by saying this. I respected Alexander Volkanovski for a while, and him fighting Max twice or whatever. But that Brian Ortega fight,
he had heart in that fight.
Yeah, he showed a lot of heart in that, man. Because you say he was on his ass from the jump.
From the jump, like anything he did, he was on the guillotine. He'll jump the guillotine.
Yeah.
Like if he leaned, overstruck, anything, Brian Ortega was on.
Yeah, and like he pointed to, it's a fight. It's a fight, so any man can win. But how can the Korean Zombie win this fight?
He gonna have to knock Volkanovski out, which is gonna be hard.
Tough.
Because Volkanovski, if you look at him really though, like we talk about how good Peter Yan is and all that. Peter Yan is a good kickboxer. Volkanovski can wrestle and has great timing and kickboxing.
Yeah. And
so
like I said,
they got weight classes for a reason. I feel like him at 45 smashes Peter like that. It's like that much of a his striking is good. He's a good striker. I don't think he's underrated. I just think that he's just not as popular as a fighter.
And I think that's all it is because people really love Max. So once he took the title from Max, nobody really.
Right. Because Max, we feel like Max is champ. I feel like Max beat him the second time.
I did too.
But we ain't talking about that right now though. But Max is champ for sure. But under Max is Alexander Volkanovski, man. He has timing. He in the Israel Adesanya camp, so he got like the mannerisms. He just don't look the same. He just make it his own and his original, and he wrestles.
Yeah.
He wrestles. So he's always threatening that takedown. He's picking at people's legs. He picking out on picking, and his timing is on time all the time. The Korean Zombie on those one way, one speed. He does not faint. He walks forward. That's why he got hit with the big elbows and stuff like that in the Ortega fight. You can do what you want. I got a field day with the Zombie because the Zombie they call him the Zombie for a reason.
Right.
You can't do that against Alexander.
Yeah.
Either the takedowns or you're getting pieced up, and he moves laterally. He's a champ for a reason.
So
no doubt.
You got Volkanovski, but what's the method of victory for?
Just beat Volkanovski.
Okay, so you got him by decision.
He like the 145 Kobe Covington.
Okay, so you think it'll be by decision?
He might stop the Zombie.
Okay, all right.
But his decision got him.
Yeah,
decision.
no doubt.
If I'm betting money, decision.
Yeah.
But he could stop the zombie. He could hurt the zombie.
Same. You agree with everything that he's saying?
I agree. Volkanovski, man.
Yeah, man. Well, that's a good card, man. It's a really stacked card. Like I said, I
We
wish.
got some cards in between there. Go to the fight nights. We'll just talk about them real quick.
All right.
So go back in. It's a good show, man. I feel like we should have talked about some more stuff about Brazil, man. About your childhood in Brazil.
Okay.
Let's talk about that, man. What's up about your childhood in Brazil? Because you know I'm half Brazilian now. I'm brown belt.
What's his Instagram?
What's your Instagram, Jay?
Oh, JM _Morris.
JM Model GG.
We'll tell you about that.
We got
Kick
Curtis
Back.
Blaze and Chris Dawkins.
Okay, Curtis, that's a good fight.
That
Chris
is a
Dawkins
good fight.
coming off a loss though against Derek Lewis.
That's
Curtis
right.
Blaze trying to shake back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Curtis Blaze winning that. Court opener though.
GM
_. Morris, I think. M-O-R-R-I-S.
Yep.
What is it, Ramo?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? You late. You missed the whole podcast.
What's up, man?
You missed the whole podcast.
I know, brother.
Son, we shooting a podcast. You gotta
Volkov,
get it to
Tom Espinal.
Oh,
Respect my boy.
They got a chair in there though. And it's, but anyway,
Got the fight, so.
Scoop, go back.
So,
It's just on mute. It's in the front. Hey, Ramo, you can go in the front. They got the fights on in the front up here.
Okay.
yeah,
So
we
the,
got Volkov and
The
Tom
Tom
Espinal.
Aspinall and Alexander Volkov fight. Tom Aspinall on the rise, man.
Mhm.
And he's super fast. He one of my favorite. Come out the Darren Till count. Man, but Volkov's so big too though, and he ain't for that losing though. So he lost the fight not too long ago.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I mean,
He just lost his last fight.
oh, he lost to.
He lost to Sirigan. Okay, so this kind of similar. So him fighting Tom Aspinall is like similar to fighting Sirigan, but
Mhm.
I feel like Aspinall has more power than Sirigan. So
Mhm.
more dangerous, but he bounced back well off a loss, and he just won his last fight off of Tiberius, who I told you was not a easy out.
Right.
So a good fight, but Aspinall said he didn't want to move up the ladder fast, but I feel like once you get to Volkov, he top 5, so ain't no other way now. A short route to the belt. You gotta fight Ty to Ivasa, either Derek Lewis, Stipe,
Yeah.
Sirigan again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think if he wins this fight, that's his only option is to fight those guys. I didn't choose though. Who do you think will win?
Out of Volkov and Tom Espinal,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go with Volkov. Like you say, he's not one for all that losing shit.
Yeah,
So
I'm saying.
I don't see him taking the L in that one anyway, unless he end up getting clipped or something like that. So yeah, I think that's the last fight night before.
Yeah,
273.
but you know, Aspinall undefeated in UFC right now.
That's true.
He like on a 4-5 win streak.
That's true. That's true. It'll be a good fight. It'll be a damn good fight.
And he beat and he choked out Arlovski. It wasn't like no KO, and then he hurt him on the feet. But
Yeah.
he choked out Andre Arlovski. Second round, soon as the round started, boom, double leg, choked him right out.
Yup. Yeah.
All Tom Aspinall wrestles, but Volkov got to get Tom on his knees,
Mm-hmm.
and he get the knees up high.
Yeah, man. Got some pretty good cards that's coming up.
We got another Louisiana fighter at UFC,
AJ Fletcher fighting tonight, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go.
That's
So
right. And I think Dustin down there too.
Dustin
to
on
show
corner.
support. Yeah.
That's my corner, man. That got me fired up. So I got a chance to go down and train with him in his camp, get some sparring rounds in, and
Yeah.
it just pumped me up. Like that energy we was talking about, being around people with that energy.
Being rejuvenated
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
it brings me energy. So I'm fired up for him.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Man, we're gonna have to get him back, bro. Have to get him
Who,
back
Debin?
on. Yeah, man.
Sweet.
We'll have
Yeah,
to
after
get
his
back on.
fight, he didn't tell us about the fight.
Yeah.
So tell us about Brazil when you was a kid. So
Man,
how old you was before you left? You said like 7 or 10 years?
I left there, I was 11.
11.
11.
Okay, 11 years. So tell us about, cause like let me tell you this quick story before you start. So we in Missouri, right? He's fighting. You know, I don't want to miss Dustin card for nothing.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for
But
sure.
he fighting, so I gotta go. So I go out there, whatever. And I miss all the fights, but I'm not gonna miss the main event. So I'm like, okay, boom, all the fights over. I'm like, I need to watch the fights.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we need to go back to the hotel. I'm like, I don't need to go to the hotel. I need to go to where they playing the fights.
Yeah.
So anyway, we end up getting on the phone or whatever like that. The whole time I'm like, yeah, man, Dustin got to win this fight. He doesn't say a word about that.
Was Dustin like
And
that?
Dustin
Oh,
gets
that
out
makes
of
sense.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So then we get back to the hotel, like the internet going in, like we finally get it to go. We like, yes, I gotta see Dustin win. And then as soon as Oliveira win, look, everybody group around watching the phone, right? Oliveira wins, he's in the front, he go, oh yes! I say, what?
Oh no, bro. I was so hurt. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings, losing my mind. Bro.
Yeah, he was
'Cause
like, oh, I'm sorry, he's from Brazil.
He clipped him early in the first, right?
Well, he kind of like knocked him out.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this type of night it's gonna be. But again, Oliveira just keeps showing us how tough he is, bro. And it's slept on.
Man,
So slept on, man.
you saying you was mad at the place. He right here. Like, he been hearing us talking about this all day. He never said nothing about it. As soon as he win, I'm thinking he rooting for Dustin with us.
Yeah.
Man,
Get out of here. Oh, man,
but I get it though, man.
Yeah, it's
you
a
gotta
loyalty.
represent the
It's that
hometown.
loyalty.
So tell us about it, bro.
So, about
About Brazil when you was a kid. How what was the childhood like? Like when you went to school, like how was the sports activities, like what you was doing on a daily basis?
I don't know why, but since I'm a child, I always love sport. Always want to do sport. Always. And not my parents don't do sport. Only me. I don't know why.
What part of Brazil are you
From Minas Gerais. It's and close to São Paulo.
from? Close to okay, cool.
So I always want to sport. No matter what sport it was, I always want.
Yeah.
If you got a yard, we clean the yard, play football. I always sport.
Soccer, football, or
Soccer.
American football?
No, soccer, football.
Okay.
So sometimes we call some people, make our own fight.
Yeah.
So always one. And I was the smallest one from the group, from the street. I was like 7 and all my friends was 12. So I always the small, but I always never scared to fight overhand.
Yeah.
So, street fight, they want to hold you. I don't want to hold, I just want to punch. So, but I was small, so I need to learn how to fight. But I didn't have much money to go to a class, right?
Hey, look, tell them about school. How long the school was? I tell them that we've been in school for 8 hours here in America.
Yeah.
And then, like, you gotta catch the bus. They ain't including all that time.
Right.
I said, well, how long y'all in school in Brazil? He was like, how long y'all been?
We started at 7:30 a.m. till 11:30.
For real?
Yeah, every day.
Dang, that's crazy.
But he said he had to walk to school now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. We had transfer buses and all that stuff. Yeah.
How long it take you to get home to home from school? Yeah, walk back too?
Normally half hour.
Yeah, walk back too?
Yeah, playing at the street.
Yeah.
When someone house ring the bell run. And then it was fun. And then what I was talking, then but all the classes that you go for sport, the first one is free. So I went to capoeira, kung fu, karate, but just the first one. Then when they charge me, I stay home.
Just go to that first free trial class. Real lesson. I feel that. Let me ask you this: who are some of the fighters that you look up to as far as emulating your style when you're fighting?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I start looking at Anderson Silva, the way he's calm during the fight, the way he see everything, his reflexes, very good. Anderson Silva, then Jose Aldo, the way he's striking.
Yeah.
Now we got Adesanya, the way he strike and don't go to the ground. So his sprawl very good, very attentive. So these are some of the fighters I always have in mind, the way they fight, the style. But I pick some that small things from them. Conor McGregor, like the overhand, some good things, and I pick the things, I create my own style.
Yeah, you make it jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just broke it down perfect.
yeah, that's awesome. And you said Asanya, man, that's cool. You got somebody that wasn't from Brazil that you.
Yeah, look, I just see
I was
you picked it
waiting
up.
on you for Sylvie, but although you know,
You
he was
picked
like,
it
come
up
on,
too,
man,
though.
come on, give somebody else.
Yeah, I told you, you business.
I appreciate the loyalty, man. I appreciate the loyalty.
You saw it out.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's
But
awesome.
yeah, man, I kind of do the same thing. Like, I watch all Southpaw fighters and see what they set up. So anybody, even they don't have to be the superstars. Like, I watch them all and see what they do. I'm like, oh, he's Southpaw. Let me see.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
But they do have some people I like to emulate, but I'm not gonna say it on camera. I tell y'all.
Tell me off camera.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, I'm a business man. Ain't that nothing go for free.
Just too weird. All right, fellas, y'all think that's it? That's a wrap?
It's a wrap, man. It's a
All
good
right,
show,
man.
bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, you leave me.
Oh, shit. I talk to you all the time, brother. Yeah, we out.